people are upset at the country music channel. Because the Jason Aldean song, Try That in a Small Town.
Yeah.
The level of outrage, like, now I'm not saying that that's the greatest song the world's ever known, but the level of outrage coming from people that are upset about that song is so strange when there are hundreds of rap songs out there that are infinitely worse and also enjoyable,
misogynistic, qualifying the whole thing,
and no complaints at all.
And
we're not even talking about old stuff. There's new stuff too. There's hip hop, there's wild rock songs, there's a lot of wild shit, and to be focusing on that one, and it's the racial aspect of it was crazy, because like the real Antifa problems that were happening during the BLM, I think it was a lot of white people doing that, wasn't it? It was a lot of lost liberal whites who are very angry, who decided to take up this movement and smash things. So
I saw this on a segment Joe Rogan had today, where they discussed, partaking through the recent backlash on this song. When you take a look at what people perceive partaken to Joe Rogan in this case, it was not actually what I expected when I went through the comment sections of this video. If you remember, I put out a video few days ago where Joe Rogan made it clear and it went viral.
So this video is circulating social media right now of two men carrying out a social experiment where they're both walking down the street. One is white, one is black, they're both blind, and they're reaching out physically to strangers for help. As you can watch and see, every single person helps the white man, 0% help the black man. Or not only do they not help him, they are rejecting him. They're pulling away from him. They're disgusted by him. They look at their arms as if they've been contaminated because he may have touched them. As sad as it is, this video does a great job of highlighting the importance of intersectionality. They both have the same disability. They're reaching out for help in the same way, but because one is both black and disabled, he is perceived very differently than the white man. Now I want you to think about this on a larger scale, about how this disgust could manifest in healthcare settings, in education settings, in police interactions, etc. This is why it's so important to consider all aspects of who someone is. Every disabled person does not experience the same life. When you're both black and disabled, your oppression is compounded by race. This is why I hate and I never answer and don't understand the question, why does everything have to be about race? Because it literally is. Our livelihood has to do with our race, and it's not by our choice.
This lady is struggling to explain something that is not necessary. You can clearly see what is happening on that clip. Now, because they didn't pick up that black guy, it's because they hate black people. That is according to her. I decided to link this because this song was all about it contained racist lyrics, this, that. When I saw this, I had to relate to this so you can see clearly how people create unnecessary problems. According to people, like insanely like this, that this black man is being abandoned on the street, though being disabled because of how white people, discriminate against black people. That is the kind of message they are struggling to pass here. It is disgusting to actually have this mentality. Why can't you think like the person has once tried that to someone like this and the kind of reward was not good? Because sometimes one even gets scared to help somebody on the street because of you don't know who can disguise just to harm you. Why can't you think that way? Because it happens this is because of racism. I don't know how people are so perverse, with this issue of racism. They don't see things clearly. Because you beg food on the street, somebody didn't give, and another person comes and they give. You just have to attribute they didn't give me because of my skin color. That has been a major issue I've seen with race beta because they benefit from it. It is crazy,
And unfortunately, this became the #1 song on U.S. iTunes. We have a problem in this country about race, and the biggest problem is we refuse to admit that it exists.
Well, don't you think that a lot of this big city, small town business is racist, is about race? The cities have more black people than the...
Please welcome Curtis Jackson. I just want to point out, you may be the first man who's touched all four of us at the same time.
It's so nice to have you here again. We did a little dance years ago, remember?
Yes, you did the dance. I just provided the music.
Now I want to see that. Please welcome the multi-talented Fat Joe.
When you watch that clip, you realize, you see clearly how they are praising 50 Cent and some of these artists for the work they are putting in. But something bothers me a lot. When I look at some of their songs, like what Whoopi is praising here, extremely disturbing. Exploiting women, praising these kind of things into these songs, that is what the view wants. That is what they like. They cannot talk against this kind of music. When you see this level of hypocrisy like this, I really wonder how you feel.
I want to see it restored to what it once was before all this bullshit started happening to us. I love my country, I love my family, and I will do anything to protect that. I can tell you that right now. Here's what I want to say. A lot of things out there, and one thing I love, you guys know how it is this day and age, cancel culture is a thing. That's something that if people don't like what you say, they try and make sure that they can cancel you, which means try and ruin your life, ruin everything. One thing I saw this week was a bunch of country music fans that could see through a lot of the bullshit, all right? I saw country music fans rally like I've never seen before, and it was pretty badass to watch, I gotta say. Thank you guys so much.